lyrics, I spit for 6 minutes. You super average fan, but got a really sick gimmick. Automatic classic, as long as the king's in it. Black Leo Mafia, show that you team timid, incredible and metaphoric. Quit rap, you better sow it. This shit ain't working out for you, done. You better sow it. I'm far beyond your expectation. Fake MC decapitation, never test out, protect your.
Hey YouTube, this is Uncle Momo's nighttime special music reaction channel. I am going to upload as much as possible today and then a further more tomorrow. My uploads today will be 2 KAO DENERO tracks. One is The African King, which I thought I did, but I didn't somehow. So apologies, I thought I did do African King, but apparently it was Welcome to Africa, or well, I'm not too sure, but I thought I did. And when I listened to this particular track, I'm like, well, no, I didn't. So there you go. The other one is One in Canoe, Ukrainian song, and that's the name of the group One in a Canoe. The track is called I Have No Home. I found out what the translation is on that, so I'm quite proud of myself on that one. The third one, so that's number 3, because I'm going to do 2 KAO DENERO. I'll give you a surprise on what the second one is. The fourth one is a Kelly Jones track, which I'll let you know what that track is on when I actually do it. Followed by Simone Dominique, Make a Dance, and then Monetic, which I believe has just been uploaded either 3 days ago or something like that. So this one is really hot off the press. I'm very, very excited about that one. Very excited about that one. And the last one is a hip hop group, MTM. The channel's MTM 2020. And the hip hop group is from Hong Kong. There's about 5, well, there's a number of them, but this particular group, there's about 5 of them, and you'll see exactly, you know, we'll talk about it further when we get onto them. I'd like to say thank you very much for the overwhelming support you guys have been giving me. It's absolutely amazing. Please carry on with that. You can follow me on Instagram, Uncle Momo Music Reaction Channel. You can follow me on Facebook, Uncle Momo Music. You can follow me here. You can follow me on Twitter, Uncle Momo. You can just type in Uncle Momo in Google search and see what comes up. It's all me. Right, so the first track we're going to do, KAO DENERO, with African King, which I thought that we did. So you know what we're here for. Great vocabs and a damn good video audio music. Can you dig it?
You came from the bottom, soon to rise, now we global. So international, really thought I told you. Hip hop was ready, bring a real rap back to the city. Who that? KAO the African King. He came from the bottom, soon to rise, now we global. So international, really thought I told you. Hip hop was ready, bring a real rap back to the city. Who that? KAO the African King. The beat is thumping, the speakers are shaking, the crown is sticking. Africa's best is no mistaken. On fire is the microphone, whack music. I can't condone, blast the average, the fuck out of rapper song. Sick lyrics, I spit for 6 minutes. You super average fan, but got a really sick gimmick. Automatic classic, as long as the king's in it. Black Leo Mafia, show that you team timid, incredible and metaphoric. Quit rap, you better sow it. This shit ain't working out for you, done. You better sow it. I'm far beyond your expectation. Fake MC decapitation, never test out, protect your reputation or image. Check the raw percentage, they never enough to play with. I ain't scared of none of y'all whoever did with. It's been to real music, to let the fins use it like drugs. Regardless, negative one above, y'all. It came from the bottom, soon to rise, now we global. So international, really thought I told you. Hip hop was ready, bring a real rap back to the city. Who that? KAO the African King. He came from the bottom, soon to rise, now we global. So international, really thought I told you. Hip hop was ready, bring a real rap back to the city. KAO the African King. My acapella shot at the game like Machiavelli. Care less what they do, and shit this guy can tell me. Special delivery like G-Dep and Puff. They claim we lag for cost, not about business, it's needless discuss. Forget about it, I ain't got time to waste. A legend in the making, my lyrics aggravate him. Screaming bombo glad like the kid is Jamaican. Keep grinding y'all, can't stop till I make it. But they open the loop, me moves. Hoping I fell off, never never that, roger that, truth in the boot. Rise to the top, then I go have a black week. Niggas, they run them on, now we they run the country. Shooting for the continent, super swag, much confidence. Walk with a limp, y'all, with plenty cockiness. Who wanna test this, they better half walk through the barbed wire. I let the grace try out. It came from the bottom, so to rise, now we global. So international, really thought I told you. Hip hop was ready, bring a real rap back to the city. Who that? KAO the African king. He came from the bottom, so to rise, now we global. So international, really thought I told you. Hip hop parade, bring a real rap back to the city. Who that? KAO the African king. From Bamako to Nairobi, me loyal fans, they follow me. Botswana to Ghana, take out to the place I Salombi. Be killing Rwanda to Angola, Luanda. Shout out to Burundi, they no MC that can do me. Grab the microphone to make rappers, sorta like a bully. Keep rocking on, even if the crowd they boo me. The side they no stopping it, in front of the crowd I'm rocking it. Style so vicious, lame MCs be jacking it. We're global, I told you, KAO the first one before you. We running hip hop, just ask and I go show you. Number one in every category, still slipping, you can't ignore me. Trust for real, all these rappers candy for me. I don't care if you came, you right now came before me. I'm gonna still tell my story. KAO DENERO, African king. Fuck the bubble, back at the scene. It came from the bottom, so to rise, now we global. So international, really thought I told you. Hip hop parade, bring a real rap back to the city. Who that? KAO the African king. He came from the bottom, so to rise, now we global. So international, really thought I told you. Hip hop parade, bring a real rap back to the city. Who that? KAO the African king. Hip hop, hip hop. Hip hop, hip hop.
So that was KAO DENERO with African King. Do you know what? The track itself, we'll split the two things. Let's talk about the track first. The track had some kind of a modern element to it. I like the smooth kind of jazzy kind of chords, major 9 chords that was running through the track, and then you had the simplicity of the hip hop beat, the familiar hip hop beat, the catchy hip hop beat that you get on a lovely melody. You don't want something confusing with too much things happening. You want a nice simple beat that will just carry on with that flow. Not too much, not too little, and it had the right ingredients for that. I like this the soft, I think it was a Rogues keyboard that was played on there. It just gave that nice little smooth, ready to swing as soon as you hear, even before he was saying anything, and that the two elements combined together, it just gave you that rocking feeling. And then on top of that, he had the catchy melody on top, which I do like. It was very, very catchy. Now let's go on to the bounce of the melody, how he was rapping and the bounce on that. He was bouncing lovely, and it was more, for me, it was much more different from what I've heard from KAO DENERO. The track itself and the way how he was bouncing. Majority of the time he's full on, and he's and you know, and the message is loud and clear. Like this one, the message is loud and clear. But there's something different about the way how he was bouncing on the track and the way how he was rapping. Not what the words he was saying, because he uses the same, you know, he uses the same encouraging words. But it's the way how he was bouncing on the track. It wasn't the norm that I'm used to. It was very, very modern. The way how he normally does it, it gives me that kind of an old school kind of feeling. Like I said, you know, the days of your Busta Rhymes, no, before your Busta Rhymes, you know, like I said, the KRS-One, the Public Enemy, when hip hop was, for me, hip hop, because it had a strong message in there, a strong message to fear the oppressors. And like I said, as time's gone by, the industry's got hold of it, and now it's more entertaining value rather than message being learned and heard. And there's only far and few between of rappers. I mean, there's a colour over here. Check him out. I'll do a track for you to listen to. He is just absolutely cultural rap. Phenomenal, absolutely. And it'd be amazing if them two, KAO DENERO and Akala come together. It'd be absolutely, the things that they will talk about, it'll be absolutely amazing. I will do one. I don't know when, but I will promise you that I will do a colour for you to see what he's about. But let's not take nothing away from the consistency of KAO DENERO. Like I said, he stays true to his word. He stays true to his grind. He's not coming off that lane. But this is something different. This for me is a modernized track than what he would normally do. For me, it's like what he's normally is like the boombox. You know, something like if you've got your boombox on your shoulder and you're on the road, you're blasting a KAO DENERO track. You know, this one was more like, okay, I'm in a car and I've got my convertible down and now I'm blasting it. It was. I'm not saying nothing. You know, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong or nothing like that. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that I am identifying the difference between the African King and the tracks that I've had the pleasure of carrying out. It was very surprising. Very, very surprising. I loved it. Don't get me wrong. You saw me bopping around. But I'm just trying to break it down a bit. That he's not a one-trick pony. He's not a person that only can just do that style of craft and that's it. And when you're thinking about it, every time when he's doing a collab with somebody, especially somebody who's singing, he puts on a different kind of bounce onto his track. And I'm going back now thinking about it. But yes, the words still stay the same and they're still true to what he's saying. And the message is always loud and clear. But now thinking about it, this is, for me, the African King. I'm going to put this one at the top of my one. Of all the KAO DENERO tracks that I've listened to. Not only because of the message, because he brings something new to the game. Now, maybe if I listen to this track first before I listen to the other ones, I might have a different opinion. But it's the way how it's been, it's the way how, well, I don't know, it's the number, I've done that about 6 or 5 or something like that of KAO DENERO's. So, me doing the African King at this time is quite interesting. It must really be interesting for yourself as well. You are the connoisseurs. But yeah, this is for me, it brings a different game from, I can put that track there over this side and still have KAO DENERO's tracks over this side. I'm going to separate. I'm going to look for, see if there's any more like this. I have listened to a number of other KAO DENERO's and it goes way, way back. But the thing is, even though he has outstanding bars and, you know, straight down, I believe that the older tracks that he has done, he has to redo them. He has to redo them because the sound quality, number one, you can say that you can see in his early years, you know, the facilities and the resources may be limited, but the heart and the strength is still there. And that means it just only shows you that there's nothing that's in the world that's going to stop him preaching what he needs to preach. You can put him in a small box on the headphones and a microphone and he'll still preach the word that he wants to preach. And not only that, he'll still put it out because the words need to be heard. But now, because this immense catalogue that he has, and it should not be, yes, I hear the lost tapes, but wouldn't it be absolutely wonderful if KAO DENERO went back and said, you know what, I'm going to redo my tracks and call them the found tapes, you know, and redo them and put them of quality that it deserves to be for everybody to hear. There's new producers, there's young producers, you know, get them to do some kind of remixes or whatever and get those old tracks, old tapes, the old lost tapes back onto the forefront. Don't let it just be an audio or something because they deserve the platform. You've got the platform now, you know, it deserves to be crispy. I would love to put it on there, but there's so much balances that I have to do. I have to be very, very choosy for it, make sure it be nice and crystal clear for yourself. But it just made me thought that, can you imagine if KAO DENERO went back to his old tracks and got some young, you know, because the resources are much, you know, he's KAO DENERO, don't get me wrong, he's successful now. He can put his feet up and say, you know what, let me go back and pick, you know, the top 10 of my favourite tracks that I've done back in the day of my lost tapes, and let me redo them. Let me get a young blood on there because there's so many young bloods that he brings up. I know that he's inspiration to the younger businessmen, and I've seen on the Instagram he was wearing his an entrepreneur's tracksuit, and he's bringing him up. So why not? Wouldn't it be exciting if you got a young you know, producer or working with and just went back? You know, many people do it. Many people go back into their own tracks and bring it back and revitalize them. You know, and you know, and pick their 5 top 10 or you know the top, you know, 5 the top 5 of their tracks, and they redo them. I can't see why KAO DENERO won't do the same. I believe if we go to him onto his channel and say, KAO DENERO, please redo that track, redo that track, you know, why wouldn't he? He's an amazing person. You know that as well. But for that reason, I salute you.
And I go show you, number one in every category. Still slipping, you can't ignore me. Trust for real, all these rappers candy for me. I don't care if you came, you right now came before me. I'm gonna still tell my story. KAO DENERO, African king. Fuck the bubble, back at the scene. He came from the bottom, soon to rise, now we global. So international, really thought I told you. Hip hop will bring a real rap back to the scene. Who that? KAO the African king. He came from the bottom, soon to rise, now we global. So international, really thought I told you.